Mbote, Yenge, Yenge. Going to start the music. Once again, I don't have the rights to the music. It's not for redistribution or of any kind. Kukwisi Mbote, welcome once again. We'll get started here in a minute, and this is going to be hopefully a very powerful message, and we'll continue to move forward and get to hallelujah, all praises. All right. Sala Kiambo, Kiambote, Mbote, we nusiemi Kiambote Keno, Luvuvamu, Yala. All praises. I hope that you wikichila, that you will listen. I honor all of you that are doing the Most High's work. Wa Kongo, Tatanzambi, Mpungu, Bayeti, and Kosi. The truth is the truth, no matter who says it. We come once humbly before you, once again, as a watchman before the Most High's people to give fair warning to what is to come and what will be soon be massive changes that will be of you can't even explain it, okay? Because we're coming to the next, as they want to call it, massive extinction event, which they don't tell you the real reason behind it, but it's going to be a rebirth of the unbalanced world back to the balanced world. And I'm going to talk about that. This is the whole concept that Christians think that they're actually doing when it comes to how they're claiming to be preaching the word of God, is they're not understanding that the whole concept of preaching the truth is to bring back the harmony and the balance and eradicate the imbalance. And this is going to show you that when you are balanced and you're talking about the balanced kingdom, then the unbalanced kingdom will always be against you, as well as but at the same time, they will do what you want, not the other way around. Okay. And that's the whole concept is there's the Holy Spirit that they claim to think that they have, or the world thinks they understand, even in all other religions, is the concept that your belief must bring balance. And I know people have heard Shaolin monks talk about this. They've heard different beliefs. But the balance that we're talking about is where everything is in order. Like I'm talking about the earth, the creation, the creator, the things of all that. And see, the whole purpose why Lucifer created science is to trick these people into thinking that they needed to bring back balance through scientific study, which isn't possible because everything was created through spirit. But they're lying about this. And this is where the people who run the world, they understand that better than anybody because they are actually working in spirit, but they are convincing you can follow the laws and everything in the flesh. And that's why was always the issue when we talk about stiff-neck, and I'll talk about the word we use for jackass, is in the Congo. I don't know if there's another word that they say, but what people don't understand is what organized religion has caused you to do is to serve the God who is the donkey or the bottom, Anansi, while thinking that you're catering to the needs and the wants of the will of the one who was never a donkey, who was never. And see, that was the whole the symbolism of why Mfumu Yisu Klistu came in on the jackass or the impanda, was because that was representing Cain, that was representing Esau, that was representing everything that was on the bottom and that was stubborn, that he was able to have control over the stubbornness or the stiff-neckedness. And see, he knew that when he went up against Gog or the Sanhedrin, was they represented the stiff-neckedness, and so did the other people, Banabetu Visolide, who were always thinking of the law carnally and not with their heart and in spirit. And when that's what we talk about, when we say pride makes you puffed up or knowledge makes you puffed up, pride is what makes you like a donkey, stubborn, narcissistic, you can't tell me nothing, I know it all mentality, which is something that I know was a humiliating process for me. But the problem is you were born into a world where you were conditioned to think you know when you don't, when you're clueless. And this is what people don't understand. It's like, this is the concept of why this teaching can't reach everybody, because they will be under the mindset, you are right, you are wrong, I'm right. And that's where the creator's like, then there's nothing that I can teach you. There's nothing that I can help you with, because if you know more than me, then where do you learn? It's kind of like when you go into the classroom and you're sitting there in front of a teacher and the person starts to teach you, and you then start to act like you know more than the teacher. It's like, well, then what am I going to be able to teach you? But in the case of the Bana Beta of Isolde, and this is our mistake, is like this. We had the God that actually has all knowledge, has all wisdom, has all truth, has all understanding, but we chose to go to the God that has no clue, is clueless, because in his mind, he thinks he did nothing wrong. He doesn't think that he belongs kicked out of the heavens. He didn't think that he was he was a jacket, the panda. He was a donkey because His mentality is stiff-neckedness. I don't see nothing wrong with what I did. Okay? When you are like this, you don't see yourself. And in reality is when you have that narcissistic mentality, this is where you create damage or imbalance. Okay, that's why he says humility is what brings balance. Pride is what brings imbalance. Okay, so when we talk about the world that we live in, it's a prideful mentality that the leaders of this world walk around with. We can do this, we are this. It's like they talk like gods. And the mentality that we manipulate what you think, okay? When in reality, what they are doing, like how pharaohs used to think, and other rulers like that, and emperors and stuff like that, is you can't tell me nothing. There's nothing you can tell me, okay? So now, when I'm going to talk about the scripture here, and before I get started, let me continue, let me do my next phase. Mana kumbase, imwana, imwana bela masai setu, saku panza nzingo kembo kemo na tetanzami ya mazulu, kimfumo kyaku isa, nzami mawesha, nzami yoko benesha, nzami manene, tatanzambi and pungu father, matone masakse for this day, matone masakse for what you are doing, Kembo, hallelujah. Tatanzami, continue to grow us in knowledge and wisdom and in truth, to continue to restore ourselves and to do the things that will help us to continue to be according to your will and not our own. Wa Kongo, hallelujah. So, Ayenge Kemba Kalunga, Bayete Kemba Kalunga, Assalamu alaikum Makongo. We honor all of the righteous and Zolere, the nKusu, the elders, all the way down to Tata Adama and Mama Awa, continue to give you the praise, the glory, the Kembo, hallelujah. All right, so the whole concept of organized religion that was created is to create people with a mindset of, I know, you don't, okay? The same thing with the educational systems that they created. It was like this mentality is, I know, you don't. So it's like the knowledge makes you puffed up based upon the way you comprehend. That's why when Proverbs says, lean not on your own understanding, what that basically means is don't be a donkey. Don't be don't be an idiot that thinks they know it all and they know nothing. And that's when it comes down to the people that don't know, is that this what leads you to the pit and not away from it, is your lack of knowledge. Like when he said, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. When he says my people, he's not talking about anybody else but the 12 tribes, but the kingdom of Congo. You saw that. He's not talking about anybody else but the people he was in covenants with, the Banabetu of Isolde. Okay? People don't know this name. People don't know these things. People don't understand this stuff. When you choose to be hard-headed, stiff-necked, okay? You know it all. Nobody can tell me nothing. Okay, people I'm sure have had encounters with people like that. I know of people when I was raised, I had this issue. And the problem was anybody can become this way when they think they have intelligence, when they think they're smart, or when they think they know things based off of whose teachings is the problem. Okay? That's why when you go to someone, you say his name was not God, you're going to get pushback. When you say his name, when you say these different things, the prideful stiff-neckedness is always going to, and that's why the whole world was conditioned to puff up their ego. Okay? That is the concept of what represents the Nimrod or the idiot who said, I can be better than God. The same thing with the Lucifer mentality. I shall be better than the Most High. I shall be better than the one that created me. Okay? This is the concept of when you're learning from people like this, you will always look the fool in front of the one who is the creator. And then they will say, oh, well, it's a woman. They'll have all their interpretations. It's like, look, when you have the real truth, and they'll say, oh, well, that's to your own interpretation. Of course, because the mentality of the fact is the scriptures talk about it. There's two kingdoms. There's the one of the truth and there's the one of the wizard. Okay? The whole concept of the wizard is to make you think you know when you're clueless. This is the whole concept of the knowledge of good and evil. You know, but you're clueless. The knowledge of truth, the tree of the nKusu, the tree of light, okay, in Samuel, is to put you in a mindset where you know nothing of the idiots, that's why I said, to know the truth, to know knowledge of good but no evil, means you know none of the donkey stuff, none of the Anansi stuff, none of the stuff that the Most High is seeing as the bottom. Okay? And that was the whole concept of the beginning, was to be good with the knowledge that keeps you on top, means that you don't engage in the knowledge that puts you on the bottom, that puts you out of balance. Peace, real peace, is about understanding you engage in behavior that keeps you balanced, not in behavior that puts you out of balance. That is the whole concept of how they mock it, even in the Egyptians with the scales. Because the hypocritical judges are still going to say, were you balanced or you're not balanced? But the point is, they were all there. The dog god is he's still wicked. Okay. So now when we go to this, all right, so I'm going to share my screen. You know, oh, and there was a brother that he made a comment on my video. He came out of Islam. I'm like, hopefully this will help to answer your question, because the way it works is that when it comes to the truth, it's all about the people you follow must be bringing back the balance of the creation. If they're not bringing back the balance of the creation and they're only focused on, oh, the community, you have to understand, these cities that have been built are not designed to rebalance the creation. They're designed for their own desire. The mayor that they elect is working for the people who built the city and paid for it, which is really the people who have the deep pockets. The people who have the deep pockets are not about balance. They're about creating the imbalance because they benefit from the chaos. This is what you don't understand. The god of chaos is Lucifer. The god of peace is Tatanzambi. But they're going to say, no, it's the opposite. This is the trick. This is what the deceiver will do. He has to create the imbalance so he can be worshipped. The creator doesn't need to create imbalance to be worshipped. He is who he is. Okay? So when we look at, let me hide this here. When we look at the apocalypse of Kepa, okay, and remember I said where the name Peter comes from is not his name, okay? It says, many of them shall be false prophets or Nabi. Now remember, what always caused the kingdom of Tatanzambi, or the real chosen people, to go astray is false prophets. People who are prophesying and they're under a false spirit. What causes us people to go and do the things that they shouldn't do against the Creator is listening to the wrong voice, okay? Or being taught by those who are listening to the wrong voice, okay? This is how the Anunnaki gained the upper hand, and this is when it says that Satan laid low the Gentiles in Isaiah, that's what it was. It's like, that's why in the Apocalypse of Abana, that many have never read, it says that when he was told to stop talking to Azazel, he said, because he will control you, because he is a manipulator, he is a mind control, manipulative spellcaster. Okay, it's like he'll talk to you, but don't take in what he says. Know that he's going to tell a truth with a lie. Okay, so you must know how to discern what he says to you. In this world you have been created in, people have been taught to think how good and evil is based off of hypocrisy, but they don't see it. So that's why you stay spiritually blinded without the power you need to overcome darkness, because you're being manipulated into a different mindset, to where now you're just going along on strings, like a puppet, and you're going according to whatever it is. And they even, like I said, they'll cause accidents, they'll run you, and they know what's going to happen. They know when you're going to hit another car and then you're going to perish. Okay? Because at that time, and this is what I told people, the wizard, to make the wizard seem like he's validated, he has to perform miracles to keep you in his grasp. Okay? That's why when you catch him in the act, it's always about the dead. Like I said, when have you ever seen a pastor raise the dead? Which was one of the criteria for being a follower as a Balangoki, as a disciple of the truth. And see, when people say, oh, well, this guy Jesus, he didn't exist. Yeah, the sorcerer going to tell you that, because that's his role. Because he's sitting in the grounds casting spells on people, saying, I don't exist. Okay? That's the concept. He's going to always come with a new and exciting way to look at. He's going to always create the confusion. It's like, no, the sorcerer is there. He is the false Jesus. But he's going to say, oh, no, Rome made it up. No, he was Rome. From the beginning, he was Rome, and he continued to deceive us, and he was in the spirit of Abanabetu. So our own people can always send us astray. That's why when you go read Lamilia verse 50, the Creator didn't say the prophets of the Gentiles led my people astray. No, he said the prophets of my own people led us astray. They have their own shepherds prophesying the inaccuracies, listening to the wrong spirit. So you make a fool out of yourself, okay? So when it says, many of them shall be false rabbi, shall teach ways and diverse doctrines of perdition, meaning, go to Revelation 9:11, perdition is the pit. And they shall become sons or children of perdition. And then shall God, or we say Mfumu Yisu, Katanzambi and Pungu, come unto my faithful ones that hunger and thirst and are afflicted, and prove their souls in this life, and shall judge the sons of iniquity. Now, this is where I try to tell people, this is where Lucifer rigged the game. In this time of ignorance. And when I mean ignorance, it's spiritual ignorance, because you can still be intelligent But that's why when he talks about blindness, it's spiritual blindness. People who don't, it's like you have blinders on. You have a bit in your mouth. That's why he said, don't be like the horse or that has to be pulled and see the whole concept of why the Most High would not allow people to be okay with breaking his laws, statutes, and commandments, okay, is because then he is contradicting himself. He cannot do that. That's why Wa Kongo, Mfumu Yisu said, I didn't come to contradict my father. I came to be the fulfillment of his law, meaning the temple of no hypocrisy. And this is what people don't understand. He is a temple of no hypocrisy. The sorcerer is a temple of all hypocrisy. He is the confusion. The Most High, the temple of the Most High that is spiritual in truth is no confusion. So it comes down to life will no longer be confusing to you when you have the truth. If life is confusing to you, then you are following the idiots. Okay? The sorcerer, his job is to keep you confused so you don't see him. The Most High is, it says, I want you to see me, so there's no confusion. And when people see me, they will see you, they will see me. When you are walking in the spirit of righteousness and in truth, then the Father will manifest. Why do people not see the real creator in these religions like Islam, Judaism, Christianity, and why do people rebuke it? It's because they don't show you the Father. But they're made to think that they do. And it's like, no, you aren't showing us the Father because look at the world that you live in. It is in chaos. It is in confusion. It is in disorder. It's unbalanced. This is what I came to realize in the belief that I was in. I'm like, no, we're doing the opposite. We're creating the chaos. We're not creating the balance. Okay? Which is what the secret societies, that's why it's sworn to secrecy, that they're not telling you. Their job is to make the chaos and then bring the order, which is what the wizard is all about. The Most High is like, I want no chaos and all order, all peace, no order. You do my will, then there's peace. Salama. Okay? So then it says, and the Mfumu has said, let us go into the mountain and pray, Sambu, and going with him was the Balangoki besought that he would show us one of our righteous brethren that had departed out of this world, that he might see what manner of Muntu that in their form take courage and encourage also the men that should hear us. So the whole concept of this awakening is to have encouraged the others that are seeking the righteous path, or those who are looking for the way out of the chaos. See, that is the whole concept, okay? When he's talking about doctrines of perdition create confusion. You have to ask questions. When you go to class, they'll tell you, okay, if you're confused, ask questions. Well, then you're not teaching me the truth. Because the knowledge of truth, there's no confusion. I'm not going to be standing there wondering what to do. That's why when Mfumu Yisu said, ask the Father, okay, he's going to give you knowledge that's not going to confuse you. It's going to get you right to where you need to be. That's why I said you can tell you live in the world of the sorcerer, because you have to go you have to go find what to do. You have to be guided towards what to do based upon the system that you're living in. It's like, no, the creator's mentality is you know what to do from the start. And you have the instructions, and what you will do will bring balance to the creation. It will not keep you in balance. That is why those who know that this is what they did created so many distractions so you wouldn't know that you're making a mess and you're keeping things imbalanced. You cannot balance the world from the people who are doing the job to make it imbalanced. It's a hypocrisy. It can't be done. That's why scientists will never fix the world, because they work for the hypocrite. Okay? They cannot find the answers because they're talking to the one who will not show you what to do, because then you will expose him. Okay? When then seeing the beauty of them that were astonished at them, they had appeared suddenly, and I drew near to the Mfumu. He said, "Who are these?" He says to me, "These are your righteous brethren, whose appearance you did desire to see." And I said unto him, "And where are all the righteous, or what sort of the world wherein they are?" And he possessed his glory. The Mfumu showed me a great region outside of the world, exceeding bright with light, and the air of that place illuminated with the beams of the sun, and the earth itself flowering with blossom that fade not, and full of species and plants, fair flowering and incorruptible, and bearing pleasant, blessed fruit. And so great was the blossom that the odor thereof was borne thence even unto us. So what he's stating is, this is a world of balance and light. No darkness, everything is in its proper order. And the dwellers in that place were clad with the raiment of shining malikis, and their raiment was like unto their land. And the maliki ran around about them there, and the glory of them that dwelt there was all equal. Do you see now that why they wouldn't want this in the Bible for the Christians? Because when you are in a state of the Holy Spirit, the Mwanda Velila, when you, and because I have actually witnessed this, I can tell you that for a fact, I know. Okay? When you have become balanced again, when you have become according to the order of things, okay, then the light will shine within you and without you. Okay? This is how you know when you come into America, when you live in a land that's designed to keep people out of balance, you are being drained of your power. The whole system that you live in is designed to turn you into a donkey of burden and not actually be free from burden. So you're always stressed. You're always busting your butt. You're always trying to figure things out. You're always trying to find your way. Okay? You're always trying to put things together. Okay? The Creator, okay, when he says to have a man of understanding, means someone who knows the difference between being elevated versus being on the bottom. Someone who understands the difference between Muntu, the top, and Anansi, the bottom. Okay? And the glory of Mfumu rejoiced in that place. The Mfumu said to him, this is the place of your leaders, of high priests, and Ganganzambi, the righteous men. So you got to understand is that, and this is where people are going to get angry with the Wa Kongo people, with the Congolese descendant, with the people who come from Zulu. This is the extraterrestrials we're talking about. Satan has a fake light, and then there's a real light. Okay? The manifestation of Ngolo, power, go back to when it talks about when the Simon the Magian came. They said, wow, he looked like he was filled with lights, like he was illuminated. Let's go to it. And this is how you can tell the difference between the one. That's why I went over and the people, that's why the sorcerer going to tell you the acts of Kepha and Paula. Oh, that's fake. Oh, no, don't read that. Why? Because it shows you when you, it's like when you go watch a magic show in Vegas or wherever you go. Wow, look at how he did that. Wow, look at how he did this. Ooh, look at the guy walking on the top. Okay, these type of astonished things. Okay, these things are meant to put you in a trance of state of, oh wow, how did he do that? Oh wow, oh this is amazing. Okay, Rome did these things when they did their shows. People don't understand is that the church is designed to operate in the same fashion, and you don't even know. And this is what I was starting to learn. I'm like, you're just putting on a show. Okay? This is the whole concept, even when you deal with the military, when you deal with the government. I'm going to show you how big and bad I am. Okay? I'm going to show you how powerful I am. I'm going to show you what I can do. And that's why when Pilipi was there, he was like, man, the person who knows they have power is going to be quiet. It's going to be like silent. It's going to be like, I don't need to show you. I'm gonna make you look stupid when I do it. You see? And that was the whole concept is when Tatan Zombie did that to him, okay? When they did that to him, okay, we're gonna go to Acts. And this is how you're gonna know who you're talking to, because like I told you, he's Enlil, he's Inky, he was, you know, they call it, the guy was talking about it, and I knew he had I knew people talk about the word guru and master and all these things. There's a difference between the one who was all about the show, and there's another one who's all about, I'm not the show, I'm the real deal. I can really do these things. Okay? But that's why I told you, don't just, when people start putting stuff on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever, and they have these people bringing out, you know, exposing, pay attention. Not everything they say is accurate, because the wizard is not going to reveal his tricks on how he played the world. You have to discover this through the truth. Okay? And that's why I say, when you expose him, he's gonna come with a new bag of tricks. Oh no, that guy, this person don't know what they're talking about. This person, okay, and he gonna fool, and he can even fool the people that do have the ability to come and teach, to trick them. Oh no, don't pay attention to this guy. That's what I said. I met him. I know I have encountered this joker. I'm like, hey, he is all show. And he got people in a trance. And I was like, wow. And that's what made me mad, because I was in his presence, and he was lying to me, but I was catching on. And when people started to figure it out, they had to make sure that no one realized this. See, because this is the person that the house Negro wanted to continue to live under. This is the person that deceived the Gentiles when he said they lay low the Gentiles, the Europeans, the um the Chinese, the Koreans, the Thai in Thailand and Vietnam. It's this same guy in the Philippines, okay? South America, North America, Native Americans, um, you know, Australians, and every other thing, and even in Africa, they don't understand. Christianity brought you the trickster of your own belief. That's all he is. Islam the same way, same trickster, different game. Judaism, same trickster, different game. Same spirit. The same trickster that they had in the Norse gods, same person. Same spirit. Just different story. Okay? But there was a Muntu named, he was a Muntu. Simon, in the city of whom had sometime been practicing magic and astonishing the nation of Samon, claiming to be somebody great, even gave heed to him for the lowest to the highest, saying, this man is the power of God. Oh, wait a minute. The great Ngolo. They followed him because for a considerable time he amazed them with his magic. And he just told, the man of sin has been revealed. And Christians don't even know it. They're still looking for the guy. Hey, where is this? Who's the false Messiah? I'm like, oh my gosh, he just showed you who he was. And you still looking for, where is the Antichrist? This is why when I started to warn people, I saw him before I even knew the Bantu truth. I saw who was tricking me. And I said, wow, I was a sucker for this guy. And then when I came to start sharing this with other people and learning more about myself and coming into the stand, I saw how he had tricked the Banabe to be Solele. And I was noticing these things. And even when I was learning about Toko and Kimbangu and others, I said, people don't understand. You want to know who threw Simon Toko in prison? The sorcerer. Who threw Kimbangu? He is the thief. Master, Guru, Isa, Jesus Christ, Yisu Klistu, Apollo, he threw Toko in prison. He threw Kimbangu in prison. He's the one who stole. People, you need to really open your eyes a little bit more, because Nimrod was black and he was a magician. So was Tammuz. Enlil and Enki were black gods that practiced sorcery, just like this guy. Cain, Sweeney Todd, whatever you want to call them, they knew how to do sorcery, magic, because their mother was a witch, okay? And their father was a warlock. That's why Tatanzambi was saying, when Intinu Sola kicked out all the Kundoki, when he lost his way with the Most High, he had to go to the Kindoki to get it back. And the lady's like, you tricked me. See, and that's why Kongo says, if I fired someone, that means they don't have any access to the Mwanda, to the Holy Spirit. Now they have to go what? Looking for ways to get it back. This is what happened with Solomon. When he turned his heart away from the Most High, he became Sweeney Todd. He became Cain. Sol Amon, on, as they've been now coding it to you, he became Enlil, he became Inki, he became Enkidu. This is the problem when he built the temple in Moabi. When he went with strange women, what does that mean? They were doing sorcery. What do you think happened when Tatanzambi had Massa go and battle the magicians of Egypt? Oh, we can do that too. Look, see? They were not afraid of the Most High. You have been taught Lucifer so wrong. If Lucifer was afraid, he wouldn't have challenged him so many times when we were coming out of Engipity. The Pharaoh, look at the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh himself, Ramses, was he afraid of Moses? I don't think so. What are you doing? What is this? Get out of my face. Go get this guy. Get him out of my sight. You see, those who have you in this trance, the wizard is not afraid to battle and challenge the Most High. You have been deceived, okay? I'm going to show you I'm better than you. Anything you can do, I can do better. Challenge. They were challenging nKusu Congo. When he came and he started telling people how to live, who said you could do that? This is challenging him. Oh, is it okay to heal on the side? Let me see what he's gonna do. Let me trick him. He was there thinking like, okay, I know what you're thinking. I'm ahead of you. I'm way ahead of the game. That's why he embarrassed them so many times. You don't understand that even our own people would do this to each other. Did the Most High really tell you you could do that? Huh? Why would I be doing it if he didn't say, are you sure you're not under a false spirit? Okay? This is why King Kongo was like, our people are stiff-necked. You don't even know. Everything that I'm going to teach you is going to bring balance to the nation and to the world and to himself. As far, not himself, but it's like, it's going to bring back the balance that was taken away by the imposter. Okay? It says they followed him because for a considerable time he had amazed them with his magic. Yeah, you don't even know this is the way they putting that on TV. Even when they talk about the weather, you're gonna find out it's all this guy, the genie in the lamp. When you see how he was spinning the things and the planets, okay. But when they came to believe Pilipi, he announced the good news concerning the kingdom of Tatanzambi in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. They take the H out, that's Horus. They were immersed, both men and women. Moreover, Simon himself came to believe, and after being immersed, see, I told you, the devil got baptized. He attached himself closely to Philip, and he was amazed as he saw the miraculous signs and great works and power that kept taking place. When the emissary in Usama heard that some had received the word of God, okay, when the emissaries, they went to them Kepa and Ioane, who came down and prayed Sambu, and they might receive the Mwandavelana. They said, okay, that's Phoenician, that's Hittite. That's Yiddish. The Most High don't speak this language, but hey, you believe what you want. For until then, he had not come upon any of them. They had only been immersed in the name of the Mfumu Yisu Kongo, Mfumu Yisu Klistu. Like I said, he is the master guru, Jesus Klistu, the pig god. I'm telling you, you don't know the difference. Then as Kepa and Ioane placed their hands on them, they received the Mwandavelana. So Simo saw that the Mwanda was given with emissary, placed their hands on them, and he offered them money. Give this power to me. So this is, like I said, Lucifer is this guy. Why? He's a Magian. He's doing sorcery. I'm coming to buy the Holy Spirit from you, so that whoever I place my hand on will receive the Mwanda Velada too. Why can't he receive the Mwanda? Because his heart is what? Dark. He's a magician. He's doing sorcery. He's doing kindoki. Hey, you cannot use the Mwanda for kindoki. No way. Okay? So, but Kepha said to him, your silver go to ruin, and you with it, for thinking the free gift, the Mwanda Velala is free. The Mwandan Semi is free. A Tatanzambi can be bought. When the Most High chooses to give someone the Mwanda Velala, it is free, not bought. Okay? What then does the sorcerer and his way do that he did from there that you're not aware of? First of all, he makes you think he has it. That's his greatest trick. Second of all, he's going to make you think you can buy it. Understand the difference between Enlil and Inki and Tatanzambi and Pungu. King Kongo, hallelujah. When the Most High is going to give you the Holy Spirit, he's not going to ask for payment. All he's going to ask for is obedience to his will. So when he gives you a job to do, you do it, no question, no argue, you do it. This is the concept that people don't understand, is when he says a willing servant versus one that's going to be giving me grief. Got to argue about everything that he has to do. Okay? Tatanzambi and his power in Golo, he knows exactly what he wants and how it is supposed to play out. He did it from the beginning. Okay, I want to, like, this is how it's going to go. The Maleki Congo, of course, you know, there's going to be, okay, to get clarity, this is why you talk, okay, that's why nKusu Kongo said, I want clarification. What am I doing now? Okay, the argument about making the man, who do you think that came from? Lucifer. That's why he knew his heart was already in the wrong place. And the other angels that didn't agree. That's why when Tatanzambi made him, they were never going to bow down to him because they didn't even want him made in the first place. That's the problem. They didn't want the man in the first place, and then when they had to bow down to him, they were not in agreement. That's why the devil will trick you to bow down to him and not to the Most High. Because what did Adama represent to the Most High was the Most High. He was the Mani Congo. He was the king of kings at that time. That's why the creation at that time obeyed him. That's why the Maleki Congo were in one accord with him. That's why when Lily came and said, I'm not going to do this, She was in the opposition, arguing. No, I don't agree. Well, when that happens, you go to the God who is out of balance. Because why? When Lucifer said, I don't agree, he became chaos. Because the Most High is balanced, he became the imbalance. But he's going to masquerade like he's balanced. Okay? So as we understand the truth brings your life. This is why when Masindisi said your house must be in order, many people think that that's just talking about the physical house. This is the trick. Your children, your husband, your wife. No. That's the sorcerer trick again. This house must be in order. This house must be in order. If this house is in order, nothing can touch you. But they will try. If this house is in order, then they will listen to you. And they will do what you say, not the other way around. You will have command and you will have control of everything. Because you will now have who inside of you? The Most High. He will be on his throne and he will also be in you. People don't get this. That is what made Adama his power. That's why he got mad when he listened to the one who creates the chaos. How can he know better than I do? What is wrong with you? There's a reason why you have to follow these rules, because it's about balance. Everything stays in order. The devil's going to always make you think it's out of balance and I'm going to make it better. I'm going to improve on the perfection that's already there. What are you talking about? That's the whole concept of what the scientific world is made to believe. We see imperfections and we're going to improve on it. But who made the imperfections? There's the problem. Tatanzambe, Wa Kongo, he didn't make anything imperfect. It was there. When he created it and he put it together and he did everything with the cosmos and he put everything in order, it was in its proper balance. It was working according to his will. Okay? To follow the Most High's way puts the world back in balance. To follow the wizard, you're going to create the chaos and then put it back into order. You can't do that. You cannot both create chaos at the same time and then put it in order. No way. This is the trick. He benefits from the chaos, so he's legitimately like a wizard. So he can say, I am the creator, I am the Most High. Look what the scripture says. They said, this is the Most High in him, but he was a hypocrite. Okay? And he was a muntu. So now he is the one that is stealing from the tabernacle. He is the one who stole the sheep. He is the one that continued to make people think you can mix the pagan and the non-pagan together. He is the one that made people think Wa Kongo, Mfumu Yisu changed the laws. No, then he cannot be the high priest of the tabernacle. This is how you know You're listening to somebody working for the wizard who has told you all of this is okay. The Masinisi did this. Masinisi, no, he did not. He is not going to do anything that is going to pervert his temple. Never did that. And the spirit of the Most High will not lead you to pervert your temple. Meaning that you are never going to cross the line and sin. You will do everything according to the Most High, but the Mwanda is not going to lead you to do acts of sin. So when Tatanzambi curses you, he turns you over to the god of sin. I let Lucifer have you. You go do this to him and her. You are out of balance. So now he's your god. He's the god of chaos. But he's going to act like he's not. This is what the world has been blinded for the last, I don't know. Let's go to, I'll even show you where it says it in Isaiah 14. This is why the world doesn't understand. You thought you were doing good when you were always doing bad. Even though you can do good, you were doing the good and the bad together. And then he was telling, this is what I said, you have been taught the devil wrong. He's telling you what's good and bad, but it's coming from the hypocrites. So the people who made the laws themselves are breaking them, even though they're acting like they're not. That is what Masinisi said. This is the concept of how the temple was defiled by the Sanhedrin and the unrighteous judges. In their eyes, they're doing no wrong. Oh, but they're doing sinister stuff behind, okay? And that's why I say, just because we have to remember, he has knowledge of a lot of things, because Lucifer was there when the creation was made. Okay? But after he left, the knowledge he was cut off from the knowledge. So what did he have to do? He got to go run to get the knowledge for the people who were stupid enough to give it to him. That's what we did. That's why when Mfumu Yisu said, do not give anything that doesn't belong to the devil, or if you give it to him, he's going to tear you to pieces. This is what happened to the Banabeto of Isola de Wa Kongo Benanzambi. He said, you gave the people the information to destroy you, not to save you. Okay? So therefore, and this is why I tell people, if they have become Salama, or they have become Sola, and they have become like Jezebel and Ahab, and I'm going to say this really clearly, if they have become cut off from the Most High, your God is Enki, your God is Enlil, and so now you will determine your knowledge like how Solomon did. And they were sitting there like, wait a minute, I'm confused now. You contradicting yourself. And they themselves may not even know they're under the trance, but you can see it. And so now what Tatanzami is getting ready to do is he's going to show people you were working for the Anunnaki and the Watchers and all these Nephilim false spirits, being tricked into thinking their way. You're listening to what their voice, and it wasn't me. I let you think. And that's why he said, I shall send thee a strong delusion so that you will believe a lie. So the Most High going to let you believe whatever you want. If you are no longer under his, under him. If you have gone to the, it's like I said, you went to the dark side, meaning that you went to go work for the wizard, I don't know you. That is why Tatanzambi, or what Mfumu Yisu said, you become a worker of iniquity if you're going to start leading my sheep to the wolves, if you're going to start leading my sheep to the vipers. I don't know you. And when he don't know you, that means he's not talking to you. So then you're going to have people out here, like pastors and everybody that's prophets. Oh, the Lord told me, God told me. They're talking to Master Guru Isa, Jesus Christ, in his coffin, doing sorcery, Bantu. Got you on a string like a puppet, okay? Believe you me, I'm fighting this every single day because he lied to my parents, because he lied to my church, because he lied to everybody that I ever knew, claiming to be the Most High when he wasn't. And this is going on in Africa, this is going on in Asia, this is going on in Europe and America, and you are working for the God of pride and not the one who was humble. You're working for the donkey and not the one who rode on the donkey. This is what they did. So then, if you're working for Cain and his gods, whether you know it or not, then you're going back to Sumerian stuff, you're going back to Babylonian stuff, you're going back to the teachings of Nimrod. And if you're not careful, this is the whole concept that happened when you're now talking to the god of the temple of Moabi. Now you're going to start teaching people things of the Masonic persuasion of Thoth. Oh yeah, this is how we did. They're going to start sounding like Nurgle now, because he is the warlock. And he was also black. And they lying about it. So now, when we talk about Kindoki, Kimbundu, you know, the wicked version of Sangoma, which is what we knew was Ngunza. And Ngunza could have made a deal with the Anunnaki, and you would never know it if you didn't see what happened. That's why I'm telling you, man, you're going to find out some people made deals with them to get the power that they were no longer allowed to have because they became a worker of iniquity. I'm not going to sit here and start talking names. I'm not going to sit here and start doing anything like that. No. The point is, as a watchman, okay, I'm even going to put the word in Kikongo. I'm going to see if I can find it. Okay? Muntu yake kengilaka. Muntu yake kengilaka. Okay? Now, this is what you don't want to be. I think I pulled it up. You don't want to be the Yuntu ya Umpamba. And see the even word there is Umpunda, which is either can be horse or donkey. Okay? People use horses for, you know, pulling. Why you think the horse was like when the horse was pulling the wagon, okay? Or when the donkey's pulling the thing, this is what they want you to be like in the spirit. Okay? The reality is there's going to be truth from the wizard, but you also got to discern the lie. Always. He's going to come with a truth and a lie. Okay? Which part of this is truth and which part of this is lie is all dependent on if you're talking to the high priest, the Nganganzambi, Mfumu Yisu Klistu Wa Kongo, Isaiah, Simon Toko. I have had my conversations with Simon Toko. I'm going to tell you, hey, I was shocked. I was like, whoa, all right, I got to watch my step. See, there's many things that I have learned. No, I have never spoken like this. Like I said, people know my history. They think I lost my mind. Of course they do. Because that's the concept. You cannot defeat the sorcerer if you're drunk. And what I mean when I say, see, people have been made to believe the scriptures when you're talking about being drunk. That means, oh, I'm getting high and I'm like out of it. Or I'm drinking alcohol and I'm like, stumbling drunk. No, it also means you're spiritually drunk. Meaning that you're being filled with the filth of the harlot. And she's got you staggering in the spirit and you can't see straight. It's not about you being, or you are engaged in all this sexual immorality in the spirit, okay? That's the whole concept of the fight that we're under. And there are those trying, it's just like in slavery, they're trying to force you into it, which is like what I'm dealing with, and I'm trying to pull away, okay? Or you're running away from it. No, I'm not doing, okay? That's the whole concept. There are people who think they're running away from sin and they never are. You're always in it. Because it doesn't just come in the way you see it and interpret it your way, it comes from how the Creator interprets it. So you have people now, there's a natural law and then there's a law of the wizard. The law of the wizard, he's going to keep making it up as he goes. So then you're always breaking the natural law of the Creator. That's what that one guy is talking about, that Max, I can't remember his name, but he's not all true either, okay? He's showing you there's a natural law and then there's a maritime in a land, a law of the land. Yep. And the law of the land and the maritime law is not Tatanzambi's law. No. That is coming from Nimrod. That is Canaanite. That is all of Cain. So now what is coming, and I'm going to share with you this, and they actually coded it in the movies. And you went there and watched it. You spent millions of dollars. It was a blockbuster. People even clapped. It was like, wow, this is amazing. And the sorcerer sent you a message. You are going to die. I have now killed you. And people didn't catch it. And you were not paying attention. He was literally in so many different movies, he was showing you your demise going into the pit. And he disguised the gods that you're praying to in another form, that you sit there and your children walk around in all day long. You buy them in the store, you put them on them. You don't understand that when you do this, you attach these gods to you. I went down the list of the Egyptian gods and I was like, I just shook my head like, wow. Because even when people say Muntu, you could still be, if you're a Mason or you're involved in the secret societies, there's a god called Montu, Montu. So like I told people, you better make sure that you're not in the spirit of the sorcerer when you are teaching, when you are feeding the sheep. Because when you're feeding the sheep, the Mwana Dimeme, if you are in the spirit of the sorcerer who is trying to keep you from bringing people home, you're going to have a problem. Thank you. You see? And the world is going to find out, and many people I said, I can tell people right now, I have talked to people that I know that did not see themselves, that they actually did something that they shouldn't have done. Do you realize the sorcerer put himself right where he wanted to be, and nobody caught him? I'm going to tell you what happened. I came to Africa because they showed me this guy was coming. I needed to get stronger in order to battle him because I was weak in this land, and Africa was the whole process of me going through this was so I could battle with this guy, Lucifer, of course. Because yeah, I was strong. They had me for a while protected, but I had to get stronger myself. Okay? Several times since then, there have been attempts to eliminate the threat to him. And he's lying about it. I have caught few of them in their lie. And I'm like, okay. They didn't know I caught them. I'm like, I know who is trying to take me out. I know exactly who they are. Okay? The reason being is in this next phase, and it's coming, and I saw what is now, because I even saw this thing, I said, I was watching this, I said, oh, people don't even know. They said, oh, with this eclipse that's coming, you better make sure you stock up. I said, they didn't say that the last eclipse. What's going on? I said, this is weird. Back in the one in 2017, they didn't say nothing like that. I've seen people now preaching about the 3 days. I'm saying, I'm not even going to go with that whole 3 days of darkness thing. But what I do know is I was told in the spirit with interactions I have now coming with other people that they are now also in consensus. No, this ain't the cry wolf this time. See, all the other people were used to cry wolf. Oh yeah, false prophets crying wolf. Okay, people ran out. People they got this stuff. People don't even know what they want to call the incident that went down in the 2019s to the 2000 that's still going right now. They don't even know what that is. I know what it is. Okay. It was shown to me even before it happened what it was all about. That's why I had to make sure I didn't participate. I did my best to fight it. See, because people don't understand is the Holy Spirit is done by showing you you're about to fall into a trap. If you choose not to listen, then it's your fault. Like me, if the Holy Spirit say, "Hey, this is coming," oh, you better not. If I then say, "Oh well, I'm gonna let it happen anyway," then whose fault is that? That's mine. You see, and that's where we say, whose voice do you listen to? The good shepherd or the wicked one? There are people out here, they are totally convinced we have the good shepherd. Okay. then where's the balance? You see their bodies, you see their houses, you see their work, you see everything is out of balance. I had this conversation in my house. Hey, you don't get it. The sorcerer's job is to keep us out of balance. That's what he's there to do. And the world don't see this because he has made you think there's nothing wrong, nothing to see here. Oh, you blind, you don't know what you're doing. And then he has also made those who know and teachers blind. Oh, don't, okay. That's why Tatanzami has always said, if you assume you will be blind. I have had, they've said to me several times, if you assume you are going to be blind, if you don't check it, if you assume that what you are hearing is right and you don't check it, you're going to stay blind. Okay? That's why when people hear me talking about the school system that I worked in and saw and was witness, now I know. That's why I told people, when you can see what they're up to, they don't want you there. And I'm talking about in every aspect. When you can see what people are up to and what they're scheming on and what they have been doing and how they're doing these things, you cannot be in the presence of these people because then they are afraid you will expose them. I know I'm guilty of doing things against the Most High, and I'm not going to be. I said, hey, I am ashamed, okay, that I must do better. That's why I don't come out here judging anybody about what they do, because I can't. I have sinned against Tatanzambi. I am not perfect. I have done things I'm not happy about. But then he said, but here's the problem. You have been led. You have been made to. Here's what he said. Go to Revelation. What happened with Jezebel? She has caused you to eat defiled food, to go and do things against me. Because the world doesn't even know they are under this spirit. And he said, this can happen to anybody that assumes with the Most High. And he said, that woman will put you in a blind state if you don't check with the high priest that you're following according to his desire for your life and the truth. Then the Most High said, then I let them believe whatever they want. I shall send thee a strong delusion, and you will become narcissistic. You will become self-centered. It's all about me. That's the true nature of Lucifer. The true nature of Lucifer is all about him. They have the Christians program. Oh, if you hear anybody talking about I, that's Lucifer. When Lucifer's standing there telling you that, I'm sitting there like, hey, okay. Lucifer, you don't even know that I is referring to the one that missing his eye. That's what they're telling you. Aye, Captain, the pirate king, the sun god's thief who stole the bride. Optimus Prime, okay, Primus, Osiris Christos, Helios, the sun god, is tricking you. Master Guru Isa, Jesus Christ, that is the stupid goat god, that is the sun god, that is the moon goddess, that is the Anunnaki, all in one. And he's always going to mess. That's why most of the Zombies said, do not be like the heathen. Oh, they get tricked. I'm going to go to Isaiah. I meant to say I go to Isaiah, Isaiah 14. And I'm going to go to the part. See, people don't understand when Kimbangu was talking about catching the thief. Oh, that's Rome. Oh, that, no. The thief was our own brother. The thief came from us. I see them even out in the awakening right now. Look at this. That's the thief. But he looked, it doesn't, man, I told you, he can be black. He can be white. He can be Asian. He could be man. He could be woman. He could be old. He could be young. He could be anybody. How do you know he's the thief? He's going to bring you to the imbalance, whether he knows it or not to the balance. And even though he talks about balance, he himself is imbalanced. So he's going to always be like what the Most High talked about, reprobate minded, like the animal. O thou art fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning. How art thou cut down to the ground, which thou weakened the nations? How did he weaken them? He weakened them by pretending to be the Most High. That means he was doing the good and the bad at the same time. He looked like he was good, but he was all bad. And that's the concept is if you now start working for him and bringing people to the wizard, the Most High don't know you. You see? That's why Tatanzami sent people like myself and others. I'm not the only one. I have heard other people talking. Hey, this is the guy that we're trying to run away from. What are you talking about? We know who this guy is. Our people were known to be the biggest deceivers of our own people. I'm going to prove it. My last time, and I'm done. I'll play some music. Let's go back to Lemilia, verse 50. What does it say? Let's go to verse 6. He's not talking about white people. He's not talking about Asian people. He's not talking about any other nation but us. Watch this. My people. This is not talking about Christians, people. He's talking about the kingdom of Congo. He's talking about the 12 tribes. He's talking about the 12 kings. He's talking about the kings and queens of Zulu. He says, my people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds. Oh no, it was Catholicism. No, it was the Muslim. Oh no, it was Judea. No, it was Ashkenaz. It was the Moabites and the Hittites. It was the Canaanites. No, it was the Banabetu of Isolele. Watch this. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray, and they have turned them away from the mountains. They have gone from mountain to mountain hill, and they have forgotten their resting place. How are we forgetting our resting place? The Bakongo people. The Bakongo Benanzame Bene Isolele Muntu. are responsible. They have turned us into Anansi, bottom, to the donkey god, taking us away from the people. They took us away from the God that lifts our burden to the one that made us a burden. That's why you're so lost. That's why you're so crying out. That's why you're so tired. That's why you're trying to figure things out. You're confused. What the heck's going on? Why are we shooting each other out here in the street? Why are we going to prison and all these things? Why do I seem like I don't know what's going on? Because you got your own people working against you. We are doing it to ourselves. That is Lucifer's greatest weapon against Tatanzambi, against the Most High of Truth. That's why people don't even know, who is this King Congo? I don't know no King Congo. Yeah, because the Christians are lost. They are the replacement theology that Esau has given them has put them in blinders. They're doing more destruction. They are not bringing balance, and neither is Islam, and for sure not Judaism. So those three frogs are joining up with the other frogs of the other nations that are already out of balance, doing stuff. I mean, I'm seeing people, man, those women, I'm like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Without the women, you don't exist. They're just as important as the men are. This is why Tatan Sami said, you hypocrite. You're going to stone them, you better stone yourself. This is what he was talking about when he came and said, if you have made the Most High angry, then you better stone yourself. Not just you go stoning her, you better stone yourself then. Because you made the Most High angry too. That's why he said, what crime have I committed against my father? What can you charge me with? What did I do wrong? But now you're working for the one who has all the charges, acting like he's the one that was never charged. That's why the world now stays out of balance. And that's why that wizard continues to mess with your head, to teach what he wants you to teach and not what the Most High wants. You want balance? Don't listen to the wizard. You want restoration of your power? I'm talking to me too. If I want to be better, I better stop listening to the wizard. He was one of mine. We were related. He's an ancestor. Oh yeah. He was of the bloodline of Abana and Saka Yokubi. I better quit not listening to that guy. And those who work with him as well. I take what you say. Okay, is that going to lead me to balance or imbalance? This is what you have to remember. What am I listening to? And is it going to put me back in balance with the Father? Or is it going to put me on the side of the wizard who's tricking people because he doesn't want to be destroyed? That's the concept that people aren't grasping and what they're not being taught in the churches. You will never hear a sermon like this, ever. Because, like I told you, if the pastor brings you to balance, then he doesn't have a job. And neither does the doctor. Because remember, Masindisi said, you are not just a prophet, you are also a healer, you are also a person that there's no psychiatrist because you're going to know what to do. None of these professions that you see out here that people go to get will exist anymore. When you're doing it the right way. And they know that. With no crime, there's no police. What are you going to do? Sit in his car, just twiddle his thumb. Okay, everybody's acting good. Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Then I'm going to get fired. There's too many of us. You see now what even happened. Now they have created so many chaos and not enough police. Do you think that's not a coincidence from the source? You don't even know. He has planned this. Because we're going into the next phase of what they lied about. I'm going to read Jasher real quick. I'm going to pull it up. I talked about this. I said, I already knew we're heading, it's all playing out just like like it says in this version. When he talked about the time of Egypt, let me see if I go to the right chapter. And people are going to say it's not complete garbage. It has some truth in there. I think it's in this. Let me go back to the index. And then we'll move on to the next. I think it's down here in the 70s. Yeah, this is part of it. And it came to pass in the 32nd year of Isolde going down to Engipiti, that is in the 71st year of the life of Yosephu, that the year died the Pharaoh king of Egypt, Magron, and his son reigned in his stead. And the Pharaoh commanded Yosephu before his death to be the father of his son, Magron, and Magron should be under the care of Yosephu under his counsel. And all of Engipiti consented to this thing, that Yosephu should be the king over them. For all of the Engipiti loved Yosephu as their too. That's the concept of how you know people don't get it. When you start doing the Most High way, the people who are in bondage are going to start to love you. Oh, wow, man, thanks for letting us know what we're doing, man. Appreciate it. And the answer to people's questions who don't come from our lineage is, look, this is what we're here for. The Most High is giving you a chance before he turned the people over to Cain. Okay? Hey, you don't want to go that way. Look what's coming. They don't see it. They're going to get hit upside the head like, whoa, oh, wow. I went the wrong way. Okay? Let's see. And then we had, because after that, Esau died, and then everything went crazy because he was the God. He became the God of chaos. He made them hate us, boy. This is what it happened. When Zeppo went and took what he named, not Zeppo, the other one, took his head off. Then the nightmare began with him, boy. Let's see. Sorry, let me get to the next part. Now, this is why they hide this scripture. Watch this. And Zeppo sent a messenger to Hadad. Hadad is actually, that's a demon. Son of Bedad, king of Edom. And he had a king too, and all his children and the children of Esway, saying, did you not say that you would not be fighting against the king of Africa? For he is a member of their covenant. Behold, I fought with him and smote him and all his people. Wait a minute. There was an actual king they calling him the whole king of Africa. Okay? So he probably was a Hamite because guess it wasn't us because we in Egypt, buddy. We down in Isolde down in Egypt. So it wasn't the Money Congo. The Money Congos were in Gipiti. Now, therefore, I have resolved the fight against Ngipiti and the children of Yakubi who are there. See, we were there. And I will be revenged of them for what Yosef, his brother Azar, did to us in the land of Canaan when they went up to bury the father in Hebron. I'm going to tell you why Esau changed that location from where this is. This is why they began to change the map. Because Canaan in this time was not, the Egyptians owned that land. You know, I proved it when they fought the Hittites, who were descendants of Canaan, in the War of Kadesh. So now you know Hebron was not there because the Egyptians owned that land. Oh, so then where did he go? Oh yeah, down to where was the real land of Canaan at? Under Cushi. I told you, these Lucifer changed the maps. Okay? Because of this right here. This is Esau, this is what caused it. That's what the Most High said, stop, read that. The one that says stop, read that. This whole thing right here in the 12 is why the world thinks Canaan is up where the Egyptians owned the land, where the Hittites were, who were descendants of Canaan. They were a sect who ran away when the Most High brings damage, when Yakubi and Isolde, when Iswe and Yakula were down there. Oh, the Most High was fighting the Canaanites. And they ran up there. Oh, okay. They come to Tanzania. Oh, we gotta go. And the giants. Okay. So now remember Eswa, he dead. Now he's making our life hell in Egypt, building all kind of stuff. And all in Gibiti said unto so let remain you together in your stand. We will go and fight the children of Eswa and Ismaili. Now you see how, ooh, wait a minute, these are the Arabs. Now you see that they are in cahoots against the Wa Kongo. Now you see why when they came to the kingdom of Congo, the Intotila, the Ismaili wanted to enslave us first, and then come Esau, who really represent Rome. Oh no, he don't. Give me a break. Gog is running the Roman Empire since we left out of our land when they built the churches. They took over with the Roman war. You don't even know. God wrote the scriptures, people, and the sorcerer with them. From the beginning, when the Flavian Empire, when the war of the Khazars, they went into Rome and they started, oh, you don't. That's why they got people bowing down to these images. Who started that? God. That's what even the rabbi said, why do you think the Pope wears a yarmulke? I was like, oh, wow. He said, we burned the books. He said, you people don't even know. And then they're going to tell you Inseto was a white man. I said, oh, wow. When Adama, and that's why I said, don't let Enlil and Inki, the other sons that come from Adama, tell you that his mother and father wasn't black. They mocking them as the apes in the museum that I showed the picture. That's why they say you come, that's when they say, oh, human beings evolved from apes. They're talking about Tata Adama and Mama Awa. They even got it on the show Friends. I sat there and I said, oh my God, look at this. They mocking them and you go watch the episode when what was it? It was Ross and what was her name? Yeah, Rachel. Who was the woman that played that? The actor. What's her name? Was her and him? You know? uh, the one, yeah, Jennifer Aniston. They were in the museum and they showed they showed the man and the woman that looked like apes when he was at the museum. That's Adama and Eva. Hey, right there. They put it in your face, man, when they were when they were messing around, because my wife, she was a big fan of it. I really didn't like the show. I thought it was crazy, but I just support. It was like whatever. I saw that episode. I said, wait a minute. I know who that is. They mocking Mama Tata Adama and Mama Awa right there because that's what Kaina calls his parents, ape one and thing two. Ooh, Dr. Seuss. He called his mother and father thing one and thing two. Mm-hmm. Dr. Seuss was a devil worshiper. You're gonna find no way. Oh yeah. Okay. So now when we go to see, this is where Goshen was. That's why you got to be careful with Goshen because that was also where Edomite and the Hittites and all of them, they connected to it too. They know that's what they got. They started changing identity, Tammuz and them. Okay, let's see, we go to where. Okay, now you get to the birth of Massa, 3 years. Okay, now we're getting into the next phase. See, this is after this is when he woke up to who he was and he killed the person and he ran out. Bye, I'm out. Okay. Then he went to go see Yethro, where he married his wife in the Midian. Okay. And where was he? He was in Cush. Oh! You see why they don't want to put that in there? Where did he run to? Where did he run to? He ran to the land of Cush. Where was Cush? Yeah, oh yeah, he went up there. That's what the land of Cush was not up there. See? Massa even gained favor in the children of Cush. Yeah, that's why they don't want you to read this book because he went to Cush, where Mount Ken, you don't even know. And Cush was part of the Canaanite that became Canaanite below it. So now, let's see. I think I skipped the previous. See, this is where the children of Chittim, you don't even know that's why I said many of the Romans come from, those people were known as the Etruscans at some point. They were dark. I think it's 75. Yeah, we're getting into it now. I'm almost done. See, it even says, this is how you're going to tell that they got the wheels all wrong. In the 206th year of Isolde going down into Engipti, did the Adikam reign over Engipti. And I think they call them, that's the name that they give that other name to, the Adikam. But he continued not so long as the reign of Engipti. And all the Egyptians called the name of the Adikan Pharaoh, and all the name of his fathers were the custom during the Antiquity. And the wise men of Pharaoh called the name Adikan Ahuz. For short, he called Ahuz the Egyptian language. And Adikan was exceedingly ugly, and he was a Cuban and a Spaniard. He had a great beard, which reached to the sole of his feet. That's where you get that long beard. Who do you think they said, let the Arabs, let that beard go long? Now you see who you're matching. Okay? And at that time, the taskmasters of Pharaoh ordered the officers of the children of Sorcerer according to the command of Pharaoh, saying, Thus says Pharaoh, do your work each day and finish your task and observe the daily measures of bricks. Diminish not nothing. And it shall come to pass that if you are deficient in your daily bricks, I will put your young children in their stead. And the taskmasters of Gibeah did so in these days, and Pharaoh ordered them. And whenever any deficiency was found, the children of Israel measured their daily task. The taskmaster, see, this is what I'm telling you. You're living in this same system where you have to perform your daily task. This is where the word taskmaster comes from. You're still doing this. Oh, you must go do your task. Where do you think it came from? Okay, it's still like this. That's what really your boss is. Your boss of your job is the taskmaster. To what? Who is the Pharaoh? Biden. Biden has to make, well, technically, it's really Harris, because she's the one that's supposed to go make sure everybody doing their job. That's why she go check on with the governor. Who do you think when they call the governors? Oh, how's everything going out there in these? You don't know. All these cities are the land of the man. They're no different than the regions of the Pharaoh's kingdom. And this is all over the world. That's why everything's a corporation. You don't even know the governor is really the same as the governors, like what Pilate was to Rome. They're like Pilate of the region. Okay? That's what the Senate is. The Senate was like the equivalent of those days of the advisors to the Pharaoh. You don't, man, they haven't changed anything. Now you go, oh, we elect them. So now, when we begin to continue to get oppressed, so this is where he starts talking about the time to take us out. So the Mfumu said to them, go return to Egypt to all the Banabetu who sought their life are dead, and thou shalt. So he waited until they were no longer living. Okay, so then he went back and he went down and he started to tell people, we got to go. All right. This is when he controlled the lion. Now watch this. Watch, I told you, this is the Most High power. The lion, the baby lion, came to him. And he said, Moses hastened, lift up the stick to the lions. He loosened them. And Moses and Alon, this is Alon, this is an R, Alon, came into the king's house. The lions had come with them in joy, and they followed. So they like I said, they recognized the Most High in him. And the dogs rejoiced over their master when he come from the field. They were like, man, these are lions. And they just like, hey, what's happening, dude? What? These are lions. They're partnering with Massa. Okay? And when the Pharaoh saw these things, he was astonished at it. And he was greatly terrified at the report. For the appearance, for their appearance was like the appearance of the children of God, of the Mfumu. So when they walked in there, they saw, ooh, that's the Most High children right there. He's like, oh, who is this guy? What? Okay. And Pharaoh said, do you require, and they said, the Mfumu said of the Banabetu, scratch, this comes from the word Eber. Okay. This was the Phoenician word for their language. This is not what we spoke. We spoke Wa Kongo, Benanzam, Benanzam. Okay. He sent forth the people and served me. And when the Pharaoh heard these words, he was greatly terrified before them and said unto them, so he's scared. Now, okay, now look, you see Biden, they're standing up there, watch, the Most High going to, ooh, wee. When the Most High get ready to do some stuff, what do you want? Okay, shake it. You're going to see your leaders like this, shaking. Okay, that's how you know the sorcerer right now is tricking people. When Tatanzambi starts to come in, he's looking at you, I want my people. Oh, okay. Like I said, there's a brother here and I've been talking. He can sense it. He had a breakthrough, all praises. The adversaries are starting to get scared now, more and more. You don't even know. He told me these people are starting to get freaked out. Okay. Now watch this. And Pharaoh said, "What do you require?" And he answers, "That's why they already ran into the. That's why they already running into the bunkers. By the way, they got these actors out here." The Mfumu said, "Send forth my people that they may serve me." And when the Pharaoh heard these words, he greatly terrified and said, "Go today and come back tomorrow." And they did according to the word of the king. And when they had gone, Pharaoh sent for Balaam, the magician, and Janus and Jambres, which is this is where January comes from, and Jamboree, his sons. Balaam had his 2 sons, and all to the magicians and conjurers and counselors which belonged to the king. This is Simon the sorcerer, who was a Muntu. And they all came and sat before the king. And the king of them, which Massa and his brother Aloni had spoken, and the magician said to the king, "But how came these men to thee on account of the lions which were confined at the gate?" And the king said, "Because they lifted up their rod against the lion and loosened them." So this is the nKusu, this is the stick, the Most High. Who you think is in that stick? Masindisi. You're going to find, oh, you don't even know. The high priest was already there, his spirit. "And he came to me, and the lions rejoiced in the jog. And the Balaam and Beor and the magician answered the king, said, These are none else than the magicians like ourselves." So here come Lucifer. Oh, man, shut up with all that garbage. They ain't no different than us. What you afraid of, king? Watch this. Huh? Does Lucifer sound like the most, like he know who Massa and Eloni was when they came up in there. But look what he said. Man, come on. Forget you. We're gonna show you they're liars. This is how Simon the sorcerer is. Forget you, man. Look, I'm gonna show you what's up. Okay. Now therefore send for them and let them come, and we will try them. And the king did so. In the morning the Pharaoh sent to Massa and came for the king. They took a rod, and they came down and spake. And they said to the Mfumu of the Banabetu, "Send my people that they may serve me." I'm giving people this warning because right now, this is where we at. You want to know why California getting pounded? You want to know why the East Coast having all kind of bad rain? Oh, keep listening to the magician out here told, oh yeah, this is this man. Oh, hurricanes, tornado, the distress of cities like you talk. Why all this shooting going on? Because you're talking to the wizard. Why is Africa in turmoil? Because you're talking to the wizard. Why is Europe now going crazy? Yeah, he's coming down. But he's going to try to take as many with us with him. That's the whole goal. Because like I said, he was one of us. And the king said, and the Mfumu said, and the king said, "But who will believe you that you are the Umbasi?" He's trying them of Tatanzambi, that they came to be by his order. Now therefore give a sign See, this is going to show you what the devil going to do. Prove it. Show me you come from the Most High. Prove it, bruh. Prove it, sis. Prove it. This is what the warlock, the wizard going to tell you. Prove it. Show me you come from the Most High. People don't understand that this is why the world is blinded, okay? You got these people talking about they come from the Most High. This is why Toko was challenged by Rome. Who are you? Who are you? Kimbangu, who? Show us. Who are you? Okay. Oh, he don't believe. I have my tussles with the dragon. Don't think that he gonna lie to. We had our tussles. Believe that. You don't even know. Okay. Now, therefore, and he said, this thing has been from the days of old. So they knew about the serpents being thrown down and the rod being thrown down. When the Most High dominated there. Okay. So now, one of the things that happened in this scripture is when the people who were supposed to go home said, nah, we chilling in Egypt, man. We ain't going nowhere. The Most High destroyed them. He said, okay. And it happened around the time of the darkness. Now, I'm not going to be sitting there talking about that this is going to be right. Because I'm going to wait. Like I said, I have a feeling that because this one guy even said they're preparing, they said, why is Google preparing for a mass casualty event? Because the people don't even know what this is. We are now going into the harvest. And the harvest is going to also coincide with the plagues of Egypt. And it's also going to coincide with the false deception of the people who believe that they are with the truth. It's all going to play out. I said it's going to be everything. That's why when somebody said, oh, they're planning this fake alien invasion, I said, no, it's more than that. You don't even know. The Most High is getting ready to turn the people over to Cain, that love Cain, that love Lucifer, and not him. And those who chose to send the people to the wolves. The NWO has been here. They've been planning this. Man, let me tell. Oh, man, how long is it? Wow. They've been planning this for, I don't know, since even before the CIA was created. They've been planning this. It's been in the works for a while now. It was planned by the Illuminati when they formed in the 7th. You keep believing these people, man, you don't even know. Okay? So what I'm trying to say is, now we're going to see a lot of these things where the kings are, you don't even understand. Somebody showed this video and I was laughing because Biden was getting into a car. They showed this guy that was, he was President Biden. And they even said, wait a minute, where is his detail? Where are his security guards? Why is he's getting into a normal car like he called an Uber. Yeah, the sorcerer is showing you we played you. Now you're going to see that this whole election stuff that they're getting ready to do is the big finale. It's a show. Because Trump is the king of Babylon. But you ain't supposed to know that. That's when the person showed a picture, they gave him, the Jewish people came and gave him the crown, and then they gave him a menorah. Yeah, he's Herod. He's Herod. But He works with Master Guru Isa, Jesus Christ, the Sorcerer. Going way back to Enlil, Enki, Inanna, Enkidu, Kaina. Okay? That's why I said that witch can mess with your head. Boy, she has Solomon twisted up, doing all kind of things he shouldn't have been doing. And she has done the same thing to us in this diaspora, and our people are our worst enemy. Don't get it twisted, people. The Banabetu of Isolele who want to love Amun-Ra, oh, they working against you. They sold us out. And the world is going to be so ticked off to find out who, because their own people did it too. The white people, the Asian people, the black people, all these people in different parts of the world sold their own people out for wealth, fame, and fortune to keep you blind spiritually. Because they are not bringing back the balance. They want to worship that wizard. And the Most High said, fine, I'm going now to Tatanzambi. This is where we are. Because he represents Sentinel Prime that they call Tubal Cain. He is Tubal Cain. So now, this is the separation. He has revealed himself. He's sitting on the throne of David right now. So he said, I'm going to give you tares over to Master Guru Isa, Jesus Christ, that has all of these religions worshiping him and tricking people to go bring him back. He is the worker of iniquity. He is the brood of vipers. He is the wolf in sheep's clothing. There you go. The rest of you, now you come to the real deal. Like Toko said, you're going to be behind Ark Mwanda. We are here. It is coming. The 7 years from 2017 to 2024 was your preparation time. And even in that time, they tried to do what to us? They were ready, they were preparing for that. They know who's leaving, who is really going to be rescued in this time. And people keep saying, oh, you're really waiting on somebody. No, he already here. King Kongo Tatanzambi is already at work rescuing people from the wizard. You just got to pay attention. He's already doing that. But then he also sees the people that's taking people back to the wizard. He's like, what are you doing? And welcome him in. They welcomed him in. I was like, okay. I know this isn't him. He was welcomed into their teachings. He was welcomed into their learning. He was standing there and they were teaching him stuff. He was in the midst of our own people. That's why nKusu Kongo said, oh, he's going to be around everywhere. He's doing this even in America. You don't even know who that Jesus Christ the Hebrew Israelites are waiting on is him, and he was black. He was, man, he giving you over to Enlil and Enki and Anana. Okay, goodbye, because she's going to get burned now. Okay? This is the whole modifications that they made with the scriptures, so you wouldn't know you're bowing to Cain and his gods. And oh, he knows our history very well. He knows how to teach it. He knows how to, like I said, Mfumu Yisu Klistu Kongo he was there when they crucified him. The wizard was there. He tried to destroy his ministry. And he did the same thing again when Toko showed up. He runs the Freemasons. He runs all of these religions. He the one that started World War I, II, III. I could tell you, World War III already done start. What happened is Inanna put the brakes on it and said, oh, no, I'm not going to let Aries come and destroy my... No, it ain't time to burn. They changed the time. If the days, but she played right into the Most High's hand. If the days had not been shortened, nobody would have been saved. He fooled her. Oh, you think you just buying time? Oh no, I got you. I got it. I already knew what you're gonna do. I already did it. Watch. I got it. I got you. Watch. You're gonna see what the Most High did already. He already took out these people. And you're gonna see what's gonna go down. Because King Kongo Tatanzambi, he did this before the foundation of the earth was laid, and he knew that the wizard was going to be spinning his tricks and all this other stuff to show you something that you think happened but didn't. He said, no, I already got this. And they mocked. That's why when Keanu Reeves said the Matrix wasn't a documentation, it wasn't a movie, it was a documentary. Remember when he went and he said, this is the real world. Ooh. Remember that part. I told people, the warlock is going to make it look like something didn't happen that did, and something didn't happen, or something didn't happen that did, and something that happened that didn't. And now you're going to see how they see the world versus the way they showed you the world. It's going to be a massive shock. I don't show you, they put it in the movie Jupiter Ascending. Wait, didn't they knock down the building? Oh, they won't see that. They're at war, people. There's a big battle going on. Like they showed in the movie The Matrix, and they're trying to keep you in it. The shift is coming. And he's going to send you to what do you call it? Nibiru is on the way, yeah. There's a massive, where that X is sitting at tells you what it was the whole time. And why is it right there? What is the name? Kikongo in this country called? Go back to what Chiba broke down, the Nabi. That's why I told you the sister I'm like, okay, they done told you. And you don't even know. It's going to blindside people. Anyway, Zola Quingi, Sambololo, Inawezi Yable Kongo Kutwala, Ingita, hallelujah. Let me play some music real quick, and then we out. Again, I don't own the rights to the music. This is not for redistribution of any kind, but only for the glorification of this channel. I don't own the rights. Kimball, I'm gonna give you a secret that was shared with me by one of the people in the awakening from the Congo. And that was what was shared with me was there's a triangle. It's in Africa where Eswe, which is Billy the Sorcerer, which is really Lucifer, connected and made a paradigm. Where he did was where him and Yakubi, he saw that they were buried. He marked that and he came down into Angola. And then he took the triangle and he went towards the East Gate. So there's a triangle that's how he knows the right spot. Where he used that as his base. Because remember his wife, his name is Baseman. That's why they were going to put Israel, and people that covered it up, they were going to put it there before they went up to where it is now. King Congo fought against it. But they still came back using who? Our people. The people that they were working, because at that point, Angola was still not independent. And the Belgians at that time still had control of the Congo. When they divided Congo in the Congo conference. He put his triangle there. And that's when the Kingdom of Congo dissolved in 1914. That is what Kimbangu and Toko prophesied against, and that is what the Maliki Congo were sent to do. And now, people don't know, as it was revealed to us, and Mfumu Yisu came down and he started marking over that territory to say, no, I'm reclaiming it from you. So nKusu Congo has reclaimed the territory. And now he's going to show the people what's going to happen. Because Esau came and marked it, because remember, he represents the fake lion, Scar. Scar marked it. Now he said, nope, this is mine. So now you're going to find out, like I said, the Christians don't understand, like I said in my post, if you replaced Jacob, then you would be in the land that was given to him in the promise, speaking the one language and in control of everything. You would be the kings of the earth. The Christians would be the kings and the queens of the earth in the promised land, ruling. You wouldn't be sharing anything with Islam, Judaism, or any other belief. You would be ruling the world. And the world would be in balance. Is that what you have seen over the last 2,000 years with Christianity? Is the world back in balance? That's why Hanoka and Elia are now screaming at you. You got it wrong. You following the wizard who got you with everything out of balance. We were no Christian. That's Helios Christos. Hanoka is not a Christian. Elia is not a Christian. They were Banabeto of Isolele, and all the other witnesses that the Most High sent are telling you the same thing. It was a Bantwe Baklistu, not Christianos. You are pagans. You don't want to believe me? Wait and see coming up in these next few years. You're going to find out who's not a pagan and who is. It's going to start. Anyway, Zola Quingi, and Sambololo, inawezi yabe Kongo kutwala, ingita, bayete nkosi.